Hey, private group. Happy Tuesday. Today, we're going to make a Halloween centerpiece. I apologize if I'm just like a tad late. I was trying to find peat moss, and then I don't use it that often because I don't really make an awful lot of centerpieces. But they're really great for those of you that are going to craft fairs because it's kind of like those, hey, you can make it and then they can take it kind of thing. You don't have to worry about shipping it. So, we are using, and I showed this to you yesterday, this is a 5-inch round metal bucket. So you can find these at Hobby Lobby, you can find them at Joann's, you can find them at Michael's. I prefer to find the metal ones because if you try to do it in like a wooden basket, a lot of times when the gaps and cracks pushes out and expands, it could snap the weave on some baskets. So prefer to find them in a solid container that will hold its shape while the foam expands. And so you saw it yesterday when I showed it to you about what it looks like. And so now it has expanded, making sure that my volume is turned down. Make sure my phone is in and charging. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So our gaps and cracks is hardened, so you always want to make sure you give it that 24-hour set. So remember yesterday I told you Steve filled it up because he was trying to use all the gaps and cracks. So I thought, hey, we'll make a Halloween centerpiece. I don't generally make them, like I said, because they just become a pain to ship. So yes, I will zoom in a little bit once we get started. So that is what it's going to look like. So I don't want to make sure that, let's see how this will show on the tablet here in a second. So a little bit closer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add peat moss to the bottom. You could just spray this black. You could just spray this green if you don't have peat moss, just to keep the white from showing through. So I am going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to dab a ton of hot glue on here. And then I'm going to take my peat moss, which you can get at Hobby Lobby, Joann's. I think Walmart even has some. So it's just like the green Spanish moss kind of stuff. I like to break it up a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and just fill the edges all around here. I'm trying not to touch glue. I had successfully burned myself for the first time in 5 years. So that was after the live yesterday when I was gluing on the scatters and fillers. I went to grab a ball and it slid out. I'm trying to find my glue sticks right now. It slid out and landed right on my finger. And of course, I should have turned it down and I didn't. So, yeah, trying to get a glitter ball off and then trying to make sure I didn't do it anymore. So, that's not the kind of success story you want, right? So, make sure it's all in there, nice and packed. That way no one can see the filler foam. And Lord knows you don't want to fill that full, you know, with, you could use a styrofoam block and put that in there and then put your peat moss in. But gaps and cracks is relatively inexpensive. Where did I find it for super cheap? Walmart. Was it Walmart? Let me think. We went a couple places. We tried Home Depot. Home Depot didn't have it. And I want to say, honestly, it was Walmart. So that's where you pick that up. And then once we've glued that on, we shouldn't have any more mess. And we're ready to decorate. So this is all happy, cute, fun. This is not spooky, scary. So we're not going to do spooky, scary. We're going to do cute, funny, whimsical, that kind of thing, and keep it from not being over the top scary. So Dollar Tree, remember, has elevated things quite a bit. Move my camera, it's falling over. As far as their florals go. So a lot of my florals came from the Dollar Tree. Like this center one that we're going to do, it's, I guess it would almost be like a sunflower, but it has the sunflowers in it. So I'm going to use this as my center. So the nice thing about the gaps and cracks is it works just like floral foam. You can just plop it in there wherever you want it to go. And then we're going to add some of these fun pieces of, what do they call it? Fall grass. So we're going to add some fall grass. I'm probably looking at it, and I was looking for my cutters. So we are going to add some fall grass in here. So this one actually comes with quite a bit of picks. So I'm not really pushing these up because I just want them to be a soft filler. But it has 5 of them, so that's a pretty good deal for $1.25, right? There's that one. So I have a tendency of using the higher ones a little bit more towards the back to fill like in this gap. Then we'll take our front ones, push this one in here, and then we need to add some here as well. This one's a little taller, so I like to readjust my leaves or florals if I need to. These fall leaves are from Michael's, so we're going to use a couple of these as well. So I'm adding the orange fillers to these. So we're going to add our leaves from Michael's, and these are going to kind of hug the bottom. Just like so. And of course we've got to deal with labels, stickers. Hate these because they just never come off in one fail swoop. This should fix it though. Yeah. Because I hate seeing price tag stickers on everything. Let's do, we did one there. Let's kind of tuck one in here. I'm trying to space them so there's a little bit of something everywhere. I do have this really super cute whimsical ghost, but I don't know what the deal is with these thingies. So I am cutting off them. Here's the Hobby Lobby. It is FP842, but I don't think the Hobby Lobby carries these anymore because remember they don't do Halloween. So I think that's from quite a while ago. So remember we have the ghost on our pick. So I'm just reconfiguring this. He's going to kind of go on the front because that is our theme and our focus is around that little guy. We'll go ahead and slice and dice some more picks for these. Let me get rid of all these. I should start to get better at my floral mess than what I have been. And I haven't been. So make sure that gets on our skews. Okay. So let's add some more. Right in here. Okay. This is just, this would be super cute for something that you have to bring like to the office and you don't want it to be overly spooky and scary. So super, super cute. And I think this will be the last one for this. Just so that we have something fun. Okay, now we're gonna pop the black in. So we have some pumpkins with some fall leaves. I think these came from Walmart a while ago. So I'm going to pop this in and see how I like it. So I'm going to push it down quite a ways, and then I'm going to pull the leaves around so that we get that combination of black and orange, so that's our backdrop for that. Let's make sure his leaves turn around. I have one more, so we're going to put that in. We have one on the front, one on the back. So let's see if we can get this one in. I'm going way down to the bottom and then just pulling the leaves forward so we have like an even mix, just like that. So I have some pumpkins, some glitter pumpkins. Let's get this to kind of creep out that way a little bit. And then we have, sometimes it's just a matter of pulling things from random pigs. I'm looking to see what I had. I had something else I was going to put in here. Hang tight. What's all in my comments? Okay. I'm just reading your guys' comments. So, trying to get a pick out of here. So sometimes it's just a matter of pulling this down far enough. I'm going to actually start gluing this stuff in. I hadn't before, and you don't always have to. Let me use my pick to make a hole. There we go. So some little curlicues. We'll bend these down because we can. Actually, let me start sticking them in. I should have been gluing them in. Why wasn't I gluing them? Is my fear of glue preventing me from moving this forward? Who knows? Here's my little curlicue. So I think I want this one off to the side. Little fun piece right there. See, it doesn't have to be spooky scary, right? It can be kind of fun, kind of whimsical a bit. I'm going to tuck some more pumpkins in. Right in here. Let's get this one to go kind of through there. And still have that. Okay, let me take some of these out and glue them back in. I can't believe I didn't do that. Like I said, I don't do centerpieces so often, and a lot of times I just make them so I can pull them all apart. But just glue skilling, you know, putting it in the glue skillet, putting those right inside. Okay. Not you, I just want the glue to go in the skillet. Okay. That one is in. This one is not in. You could also take a glue gun and take your glue gun and find your pick and put some glue in there. And then you don't have to pull them all the way out. I'm going to go for my big ones. There we go. Those ones are set. They They're situated in there. Okay, where's our pumpkin? I'm trying to figure out, I think I want it this way. Kind of like it this way as my front. That's a nice thing, is you can like play in there and kind of come up with a wide variety of different things. So Dollar Tree again, right, for the win. These little baby pumpkins. We don't need to stem that long. They come in a wide variety of colors. So I'm going to tuck these in along the bottom. So we have a pumpkin there. Move that to the side. There's 4 of these for $1. So I'm tucking these in around the bottom. Well, you will use all 4. God, what does that even break down to? $1.25, like 30 cents each, roughly. And this one, let's see if we can get him to stand up on his stem a little taller. Let's see if we can kind of iron him out. It'd be cute if we can put it way up. There we go. A little bit of an elevation for that. Okay. There's that. Those are in the book. Let's see what else we can put in there. Let us add some little black Halloween balls. Dollar Tree has these as well. You can get them in a pack of, I believe it's 12. So I'm just going to tuck these in right at the bottom. I think I have like 3. So they come 16. So you can get 16 of those. And you can get them in black, you can get them in purple, you can get them in orange. There's that, and then one more. I'm just doing the quick dip. Okay, let's give it some more volume, some more fun. So inside this feather pick, there are these little fun balls. So I'm not a fan of the feathers, but I am a fan of the little balls. So let's see if you can break these down. If we pull these down, trying to snap them all at the same time. I don't know why I struggle when I don't need to. This will do it like I meant to do it. Just like that. Now I can pull them all down. And then we're going to take these, because they're on a little bit of a wire. So I'm just going to kind of tuck these little here and little there. So we have fun little balls. Trying to get a bigger feel for that. Making sure we keep all the glue out. Okay, a couple shorties. looks weird for you guys because you're only seeing it from the top, which I apologize for. I wish you guys would see it from the side. So if I tilt it like this, you can see it. So this is basically what you're seeing from the top. So tilting it sideways so you can see what the ghost looks like. So I am going to take and make a small bow for this, as if we can stick any more things in there. It's always fun when you just grab everything you think you might want. So I have these three, and I'm going to make a cute little small bow. So let's see. I think I'm going to go with the Harlequin, and I'm going to just hand tie ones to the ends of my bucket. So I don't want them too big. So that simply means figure out where does that tail need to end, which is right about there. And then you're going to hand tie that. So you just form your loop, pinch it in, twist it, right? Make your other loop, pinch it in, twist it, and then we want to make sure that it comes out about the same. Pipe cleaner. Here's orange. So let's go ahead and make this. And then we will dovetail the end. I think this tail's just a tad too long, so I'll shorten that up, which it way is. We should only be seeing about 3 of the Harlequin. There we go. Now we made it super cute. See? And then this is going to grow right here on the side of our bucket. So here's my handle. I'm just going to twist this onto my bucket. And snip the excess off. Tuck that back up. And then go ahead and fluff your bow. Just like that. Spin it around to the other side, and we're going to do the exact same. And I have just enough pipe cleaner left that we should be able to do that. So I remembered we did 3. Up and over, pinch, twist, back over, twist, and down to the 3rd row. And we'll take the bigger piece, because all it's doing is wrapping around our hanger, the little handle on the side. I like doing that sometimes instead of, you know, you could come in, put it on a big pick, and then you could, you know, add your bow like way up here if you wanted as part of your floral, but I'm doing mine down here is the little handle for my hangers. Oop. Up. And we've got to dovetail this end. So there's our little handle on our hangers, just like that. Let me add have a little boo sign. I wish it was on a bigger stick. But maybe we don't really need it quite so big. Let's see how it fits in to the mix with all of this. Ooh, I so love this. I think I'm going to keep this. This is just me playing with a wide variety of different things. So, look how adorable this is. So, let me get my leaf to come out of the way so we can see the little boo. But there is our little cute Halloween centerpiece. That would be Halloween candy for the holidays, and it doesn't take an awful lot. Like I said, go to Dollar Tree, take advantage of the stuff that Dollar Tree has available. You don't have to make it over the top scary. You can make it just cute and whimsical. You can make this would be cute for a teacher's desk, you know, something to put on their desk, or your friend who's a big huge Halloween lover. I know my daughter would love it. If you wanted to add more of these, we could add more. Let's add a couple more, because this is just, I have 2 pieces, which in all honesty, I'm never going to use. I'm just going to add a couple more pieces of, finish up that pick. Finishing up the pick. And see how easy Gaps and Cracks works? And you can customize it to fill whatever